A piece from the sun's northern pole broke off recently, and the scene was unusual. No such incident has ever been recorded or observed by NASA before. Scientists were amazed when they saw a piece of sun breaking from the original and circulating like a tornado in the northern pole. So stay tuned as we will see what actually happened, and we'll also try to figure out what is going out in space. The researchers saw a giant filament of plasma, or maybe an electrified gas. All this happening baffled the scientists when they saw that filament moving around the sun in a polar vortex. They speculated what it has to do with the reverse of the sun's magnetic field that is known to happen in every solar cycle. This phenomenon was caught by James Webb Space Telescope and was made public by Dr. Tammy. Polar vortex. Dr. Tammy is a space weather forecaster. Last week she wrote that material from the northern prominence just separated from the main filament and is now circulating in the polar vortex of our giant star. This solar vortex was cited by many news agencies and caused a lot of misunderstanding, as people believed that the sun had broken. Dr. Stove writes in her blog that it's pretty normal and a stunning solar ballet, so do not believe any such hype. Implications for a better understanding of the sun's atmosphere are above 55 degrees here. Experts say that some unusual activities happen every 11 years when the sun is at 55-degree latitudes. But this one is quite stumping for us all. Other filaments of planets have been seen tearing away from the main ones in the past too, but this one is not convincing. The James Webb Space Telescope is the largest and most powerful space science telescope known to solve the greatest mysteries of our solar system. It goes beyond the distant worlds and captures all the mysterious structures and phenomena. It also discovered the various regions of the universe and our place in it. Reports about the solar flare suggest that it spawned a radio blackout in various parts of the Earth and set the stage for more similar flares. This solar flare is registered as the most powerful event on the scale for solar storms. A solar physicist, Scott McIntosh, who used to serve in the US National Center for Atmospheric Research, has been observing the sun for decades. While talking to the media, he said that vortexes are quite common, but he had never seen one like this before. He said it happened for the first time when a piece of prominence broke off and started twirling around the sun. Now our favourite star is being monitored every time, and we know it will throw many more surprises like this one. Experts are nowadays holding arguing sessions to figure it all out. They think that the sun's magnetic field is responsible for all this, but the rest is a mystery, as the scientists have a limited view of this star. Sun is only visible to scientists from the ecliptic or geometric plane that contains the orbits of the Earth. Solar Orbital Mission. A European agency arranged a solar orbital mission. They took photos of the sun by raising their orbits beyond the ecliptic plane. Researchers were hopeful that they would get the answers, but were left with unclear information. Earlier this month, the sun projected multiple powerful flares, disrupting communication on Earth. However, these flares are not harmful, but still not good for researchers studying the sun. Sun is known to undergo peak activities during the ongoing years until 2025. Scientists are baffled as many weird things have been waiting for them in the last few decades. It can be a possibility that we have developed the technology to observe things closely in recent years, or it can also be a reason that we do not have much information about the sun. All these things make us remember the Sunspot Solar Observatory 85 miles southwest of Roswell, New Mexico. Flying objects were spotted there in 1947, which sparked the theories that they were aliens or some UFOs. A tiny white object was seen over the Sacramento Mountains. Sunspot Solar Observatory had a Dunn solar telescope to study the sun in detail. FBI agents boarded the Black Hawk helicopters and reached the solar observatory for a secret mission on September 8, 2018. When they reached the place, they ran inside and shut down the whole observatory. After this, some agents arrived in their unmarked vehicles and spread throughout the observatory in no time. When the observatory was evacuated, no information was given to the people there. Even the local police had no idea what was going on there. The observatory employees were made to sign the secrecy agreements to keep silent on all matters. This lockdown was lifted after 11 days, and the FBI stated that they were doing all this to observe the janitor's distribution of pornography. They added that the person was fired, but not charged with any crime or arrested. This janitor story is still considered a cover-up, and reality is kept secret. It raises questions like whether they saw any such thing that was not supposed to be seen, or whether they were trying to keep researchers away from the activities being carried out by shutting down the observatory. There was also a fear that NASA had seen the sun shrinking in size. This size shrinkage is the beginning of an end, as it is known to swallow the Earth and go into a supernova. Some follow-up observations from other observatories show that the sun was superfine and nothing happened to it. What could be the possible reason for all this, in your opinion? It is quite strange that the FBI had enough information about any place and illegal activities going on there, but still, they didn't make an arrest to prove their stance. Like all others, we think it is a massive cover-up for something unusual. View of the Sun by stereo. In October 2006, the Solar Terrestrial Relations Observatory, commonly known as STEREO, provided a unique and revolutionary view of the Sun. STEREO made 2 close observations to trace the flow of energy and matter from the Sun to the Earth. It orbits around the Sun at 95 miles from the surface and helps us observe the surface through UV and X-ray lights. On March 13, 2020, the twin stereo telescopes came across an unusual thing that set the internet on fire. You can also see on the screen that here Sun appears as an imposter to Venus and Earth. If you go keen, you will see that an object similar to a wheel with spokes is moving like it is launching something on the surface of the Sun or extracting something from there. That object must have its gravity, as it was bigger than Jupiter. So we can say that it was a spacecraft, not a solar flare of plasma discharge. But what was it? If you closely see, you will know that the wheel is moving in the same way as Venus, but in opposite directions. So we can say that it is nothing but a reflection of Venus. The light bounces the camera and ghost images are created, so it appears as the wheel in the video. You can call it an optical illusion, as it was more like a wheel than the wheel itself. NASA's Solar and Heliosphere Observatory also made another footage public on May 5, 2022. It was seen that NASA abruptly ended the live transmission when a black object came in the way. Many conspiracy theories arose that the cube was a solar flare, as it was huge, but some thought it was a technical glitch. Do you also think of it as a glitch, or was it something we were not supposed to see? Do let us know your perspective in the comment section. NASA also added that their heliosphere was scheduled for maintenance on that day. We have gone through such bizarre sightings at regular intervals. According to scientists at NASA, it is a natural phenomenon. However, there is still plenty of confidential information about the Sun and its energy which must be known. Now all these space scientists are analysing the fundamentals of these strange events to gather further details and present a clear and detailed picture to the masses to remove their confusion. Stay connected as we have to explore the realities together. We are thankful to our subscribers for their continuous support. But if you are a newbie to this channel, consider subscribing to it, as we will bring you more amazing content in the future.